Well, good morning, everybody. This morning I'm coming to you. I'm up in Rabun County over here on Highway 28, about 8 miles south of Highlands, North Carolina. And I'm going to be hiking some of the Three Forks Trail up here. Now, this Three Forks is not to be confused with the Three Forks over on the Appalachian Trail. This is another trail that's called Three Forks that's located up here in Rabun County. Now, I've never hiked this trail before, but from what I've been told, it's a beautiful trail and supposedly got some waterfalls and whatnot along it. So, gonna check it out today, see what kind of sights we have. But I'm gonna get geared up, get started, and y'all can come along with me and we'll see what this trail is all about. Well, right from the get-go, as you can see, I just have the road right there, and I just have got on trail. But right from the get-go, we have a creek crossing, so I'm gonna try to. I think I can get up here and do some rock hopping and get across this. I don't really want to get my feet soaking wet right from the start, because it sort of makes for a little bit of miserable hiking. So I think I can get around through here and find me a way across. But I'm gonna try to work my way across here and then see what we can see past this point. Now, this is, from what I read, this is an old Forest Service road that's no longer used. Although there was some vehicle tracks back there, real muddy section. It looked like somebody had tried to come up through here in a vehicle of some sorts, but some of this, from what I read, we'll be walking along this old Forest Service road, and then I think it'll turn more into a trail, but we'll see. Supposedly it's supposed to be quite beautiful up in here, and hopefully it will be. Looks like I'll have it all to myself because there was no other vehicles back there at the parking area. You could probably get a dozen vehicles or so parked back there. But looks like I'm gonna be having it all to myself. Well, one thing about this trail so far is have been several of these big mud holes in the middle of this old Forest Service road. And some of them's pretty slick trying to get around them, so you gotta be careful or you might end up on your butt in there. But I guess there's, as rough as this old road is, I guess there's people get in here in their Jeeps and so forth, and get in here and play in the mud. But just keep that in mind if you're gonna hike this trail. You're gonna get your feet good and muddy, and if you're not careful, you may end up on your butt in one of them mud holes. But like I said, some of them are real slippery around them, so just be careful. Well, I've just came from that direction down that old Forest Service road. It looks like this area here was probably like an old turnaround point for the Forest Service road. And now there is a trail that continues, as you can see, off in that direction, and that's the way we're going to be going. But I can hear the sound of thunder and water off down in there, but as you can see, that is way off down in there. So I'm not sure. I'm not seeing any trails or anything going down the mountain, but it sounds like there's a heck of a waterfall or something off down in there, but no way to see it or get to it. So, but I'm going to continue and go on down this trail now that it's actually turned into a trail instead of an old road. And we'll see what lies ahead, as we say. Now, I know I said back there that this has actually turned into an actual trail, but you can see this is actually an ancient road bed that the trail is following along. Not sure much about the history of it, but this is definitely a very old road bed that we're following. It might be an old logging road, or it could have, back in the day, could have been a main thoroughfare to something, who knows. And there's a lot of history over here in this area of Rabun County. We're in the Satola community. Like I said, about 8 miles or so south of Highlands, North Carolina. So lots of history around over in here. Still a very remote area to this day. Now, one thing I have noticed about this trail so far, and I'm a little over a mile into it, about a mile and a quarter or something like that. If you like trails that are less traveled, if you're one of those the road less traveled type of people, then this trail is definitely for you. Because it really doesn't look like it gets a whole lot of use. It's pretty grown up in some spots so far, but it's manageable. But doesn't appear to get a whole lot of use. And lots of these really thick laurel and rhododendron tunnels, which it's always nice, especially on a hot day. Of course, it's not very hot today. It's only around 70 degrees. Actually quite nice. But, well, I've came to what looks like an intersection. I came up through there. Right here you can see this trail continues on to the left, and then there's another trail right here that makes a hard right and goes back up that way. But all trails is telling me to continue to my left. So that's the direction we're going to go. Well, one thing's for sure, the trail now has gotten a whole lot smaller and more encroached, as you can see. I've been making a steady descent for the last little bit. And this is the last section that starts going down to Three Forks. So it should be a steady descent all the way down there. I'm about 3/4 of the way on this route. So shouldn't have a whole lot more distance left. I can hear water in the distance. I don't know if that's Three Forks I'm hearing or something else, but I can hear water off down below me. A good ways off down there yet. Faintly hearing it, but just making my way on down the trail here. Well, now, as you can see, the trail sort of turned into a pig trail off down here. We're right near the end, almost to Three Forks, and sort of turned into one of those make your way down the best you can trails now. But slowly but surely we're working our way down here. Yeah. Quite fun. Well, the trail spit me out right here on this stream rolling down through this creek. Beautiful area, but I'm not seeing a waterfall. But anyway, I'm gonna explore around here a little bit more, see what I can see. It was quite the adventure coming down through there. Really steep, gonna be really steep getting out of here. But anyway, I'll see what else I can find while I'm down here. Well, I'm gonna work my way back out of Three Forks here. I explored some down there, and it looked like the only way you're able to get in any view of the waterfalls, and it sounds like there's several down there, is to actually get in the creek and wade around in about knee-deep water. And I'm not going to do that today because I'm in here by myself, and you know, anytime I have to get in water that's that deep, you know, knee deep to waist deep, and it's flowing pretty heavily down through there, I like to have somebody in here with me, because those rocks, trying to get across through there on those rocks, they're just very, very slippery. And I mean, if I was to fall, I mean, I'm in here all to my lonesome, so I'm not going to attempt that today. I may have to try to get one of my hiking buddies to come back over here, and then, you know, if I got somebody with me, I'd attempt it then. And, you know, I just don't want to risk it. I mean, I'm a little over 4 miles in here on this trail, so I got a 4-mile hike back out to get back to the parking area. So, you know, I don't want to be, you know, do something risky and end up regretting it in here all alone. So I'm going to start my way back out of here. It's going to be quite a climb for a little ways until I get back up to where that old road bed is, and it'll level back out. But I'm going to start working my way back out of here. Now I'm thinking that the other way into Three Forks is probably a better option than this. I've never been that way either, but it looks like the waterfalls and everything are much more accessible coming in from that way because it's over on, you actually come in on the other side of the creek down there. And I think you can probably access everything easier from that side than you can from this side, coming in from this direction. And it's a shorter trail. I think it's only about 3 miles total out back. And all trails list this one about 6.5 miles total. But I think I'm going to actually have more than that because I'm sitting at 6.02 miles right now. And I'm nowhere near the parking area, so I think I'll probably be clicking off closer to 7, if not a little bit more than that. But I may have to try out the Three Forks Trail from that direction too. That trail over there, the shorter trail is called Three Forks Trail also, just like this one. But I may have to come back up here some point in time and try out that shorter version. It's off of Overflow Creek Road, and those of y'all familiar with this area of Rabun County, it's you go almost all the way to the end of Warwoman Road and turn left right after you cross the bridge on the Overflow Creek Road, and you go up through there for a good ways and get on the Three Forks Trail up in there. But I'm thinking after doing this one that that's probably the better option, especially if you want to see the waterfalls and everything down there. And it's probably safer. Like I said, if I'd had anybody with me, I would have probably attempted to get down in there and get in the river or creek or whatever it is and try to see those falls, but I wasn't about to attempt it being by myself, because like I said, that water was pretty deep and flowing pretty quick. But maybe next time, the old saying goes, maybe next time. Well, as you can see, I have made it back to the creek crossing here at the very beginning of the trail, and right across the creek is the parking area. So this hike, Three Forks Trail from Highway 28 in Satola, is complete. Now, I'm sitting on 7.78 miles, so over 7 3/4 miles total. And I still got 500 feet or so to walk to the car. But this wasn't a bad trail. I mean, you're walking that old Forest Service road bed for the most part, most of it. But now once you get to where that ends and you start down to the actual Three Forks area, it is pretty steep. And then the last little section to get off down to the water is just a pig trail, and you're pretty much, crawling over and under trees and bushes, and it's very, very steep, so you got to be careful. And then, like I said, once you get down to the water, you can't really see anything unless you're going to get in the water and wade around, which I did not do that today. And I explained, I was, by myself, and I just didn't want to risk it. So really, I don't think this is the best option to get to Three Forks. I think the other trail is probably the better option and going to be easier to actually see the Three Forks area with the waterfalls and so forth. Simply because, now, like I said, I've never done that one either, but when anybody goes to Three Forks, that seems to be the way, 90% of them go, and they always post beautiful photos and so forth of the area down there. So I'd say that's probably the easier way, and you're going to be able to see more without having to actually get in the water and wade around in waist deep water. But this is definitely a beautiful trail. I mean, it was a beautiful trail. And if you want to get better mileage or, more mileage to get there, then this is definitely the better bet. Because like I said, that other trail is only three and a half miles total, I think, down there and back. But anyway, it was great to be out today. This weather is just amazing right now. 70 degrees and a light breeze. I mean, it's wonderful hiking weather. But anyways, I'm going to get off here and try to cross this creek and not end up on my butt in the creek and get to the car and head home. I hope all of y'all have had a wonderful day, and thank you for coming along with me. I'll see you next time.